Starting in 2027, you won't legally be allowed to pay more than 10,000 euros in cash anywhere in the EU. And even for 3,000 euros, you'll have to show your ID. Let that sink in. You're going to need government permission just to use your own money. They say it's about fighting money laundering, but what it really is about control. Total traceability of your finances, and the end of what was left of financial privacy anyway, in all of Europe. In this video, we're going to talk about what this means, how it fits into a pattern of growing authoritarianism across the West, and why more entrepreneurs are leaving the EU altogether. Hey, it's Justin from Entrepreneur Expat. We help freedom-minded professionals and entrepreneurs build global lives, so you're not trapped when your home country starts tightening the leash. Today we're breaking down the EU's new cash ban and what it reveals about where Western democracies are really heading. If you're looking to learn more about being able to move abroad, how exactly to do it, as well as why the time is now, with content being added every single week, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell as well so that you do not miss a single video. We also have some really cool specials going on a bunch of our products that you can find more about below this video. If you're interested in getting your own relocation sorted and figuring out where you want to go and even building a business that you can run from anywhere, make sure you check the details in the description below. A lot of free resources there, including our moving abroad checklist, which you can grab directly at entrepreneurexpat.com/abroad. So what is it that's happening now in the EU? Well, starting from July 2027, EU member states are going to ban all cash transactions above 10,000 euros and require ID verification for anything over 3,000 euros. These limits are part of the EU's new anti-money laundering regulation, EU 2024/1624. The official justification is, quote, to prevent money laundering and terrorism financing. But the reality is it's a growing framework of total financial surveillance, one where every large purchase, from a used car to home renovations, must pass through the banking system. Now, we've seen this before. First, it's the reporting requirements, then it's the spending limits, then it's programmable digital currency. Clearly, this is a pattern. It's not happening in isolation. In the UK, cash usage has dropped below 10% of payments, and banks have been closing personal accounts for wrong think. In the EU, they've already pushed through digital identity wallets, an EU-wide digital ID tied to your bank and even your health records. The ECB is openly testing the digital euro, which gives governments the ability to track and restrict how and also where you spend. And all of this is sold as, quote, safety and convenience. But the cost is autonomy. They're really turning financial systems into compliance systems, and damn you, you had better comply. Now, why does this actually matter for us? Well, once all payments are fully traceable, it becomes trivial to freeze or flag accounts without due process, enforce political or ESG style restrictions, like you spent too much on gas or on meat or whatever else they don't want you spending on in that current administration, or perhaps you donated to the wrong group, just like the trucker protests in Canada during 2022, when many accounts of both the truckers involved and even people that had donated to them through GoFundMe and similar channels were frozen without any sort of due process or notice. Now, even EU legal scholars admit that this really blurs the line between crime prevention and mass financial surveillance. The EU is just normalizing this idea that privacy is suspicious and that freedom equals risk. So what are free people to do about it? Well, people who see what's coming are already making moves. Entrepreneurs, such as many of our high net worth clients that we help get started in different countries, get their visas handled, get their businesses set up internationally, which, by the way, if you're in that category and you want more one-on-one advice, just go to entrepreneurexpat.com/consult. We can help you out. But these entrepreneurs, these entrepreneur expats, our group here, our followers, right, our people, they're setting up companies and residencies as well in Mexico and Uruguay and Panama, where cash is still accepted and governments aren't obsessed with monitoring every single one of your transactions. Investors are relocating capital to freer jurisdictions before restrictions tighten even more, and families are diversifying citizenships, as should you, so that their freedom isn't tied to one bureaucratic system. If you value independence, you really cannot just wait until 2027 to react. By then, it's not going to be about how you pay, it's going to be about whether or not you're even allowed to. So the EU really says, hey, we're fighting crime, but what they're really doing is they're fighting autonomy, they're fighting freedom, they're fighting privacy, the very things that we stand for here. And gosh darn it, we're not going to let them get away with it. If you want to live where your government still trusts you with your own money, then maybe it's time to start planning your exit. Grab that free consultation below at entrepreneurexpat.com/consult, where we can help you design a relocation plan that helps you get your assets and your life outside the reach of overreaching governments. Grab all of our free resources below this video as well. Don't wait to take advantage of that. So you better act fast if you want to get our support either one-on-one or through those courses. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for being the best part of Entrepreneur Expat, and we'll see you again very, very soon.